I guess I'll just end it then by saying, is there any other general advice or anything else that you would just want to add in regards to any of the stages of pregnancy?
If you're planning on having multiple kids, keep all of your baby things. Don't get rid of them between each child because they're very expensive.
Yeah.
And it's not really worth getting like the new, like they got like new versions of these chairs and stuff every couple years. You don't have to get the brand new one every time. I know people are like, oh, I'm going to trade it in, kind of like a phone or like their cars. Like, oh, there's a new version. I'm going to trade it in and get this one. Well, just keep it. It still swings. It still keeps the kid quiet. It still works.
Yeah.
Or take hand-me-down things. Those work too. It really depends on your budget. But if you don't have a very big budget, don't be afraid to take hand-me-downs from other people. Because like everything with Cody, or first of all, everything with Lane was a hand-me-down from like random people because I didn't have anything or have a savings before having him. And then with Cody, we're going to move and I don't want to have to lug all this stuff across the country. So I got most of all of his stuff secondhand from just friends out here that have given me all of their baby stuff because they're done with having their kids and they went through all of their kids. So if you don't have a big budget, you don't have to spend a lot of money to have a baby.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
It can be done either way.
So a different note is just enjoying every stage in the pregnancy, regardless if you're in the pandemic or not. I know it's really hard sometimes to focus on the positive, but like I was 20 weeks pregnant and just about to start showing right as the world shut down. So all my coworkers went from, oh, you don't even look like you're pregnant to, oh my gosh, you're about to pop already. And like, they never saw me grow. They never got to see me go through the different phases in between. So I easily could have been like, wow, like this sucks. Nobody's seeing me pregnant. This is my first baby. I feel like I'm getting overlooked. And I definitely, I think I talked to Kristin about it one time. Just like I went from not knowing if I was going to have a baby shower to, Kristin threw the most bomb baby shower ever. And Kelly, sorry, both of y'all. And so it was easy during that moment to just kind of get wrapped up in the, wow, nobody cares about, the fact that I'm pregnant, but they really do. And so just enjoying those different moments, enjoying, when you look skinny still, to when you got the awkward beer gut, to when you look like you're about to pop and your feet look like, the Michelin Man. Enjoy it all. And, just take pictures. I know I've talked to a lot of moms that didn't take pictures because they didn't like the way that they looked during that moment. But in hindsight, they regretted not having those pictures. And so I know because of the pandemic, I feel like I took lots of pictures because it was just me all the time or Trevor all the time. And so it was easy for him to just take a workout video of me or take weekly photos. And so just enjoying the different moments, not taking things too personally, even though you're an emotional wreck during everything. And then finding a good mom tribe. Just with the pandemic, I feel like I had so many different things at my fingertips electronically. And it was just because there were different moms going through the same thing, whether it was at my work or something that I just found in a blog post. And so you find these different moms that support you, one, and then two, are able to answer all these different questions that you've got because your body is changing, your hormones are raging, you're about to bring in a baby into the world, whether it's your first, third, or eighth, Those are just little tidbits that I've enjoyed during this time for sure.
I definitely felt the same way because I was like waiting for the doctor's clearance to be able to even tell people I was pregnant, and then thinking, oh, we're going to go back to work. Like, I'm so excited to work in maternity stuff, and I wanted to be able to, I work in fitness and commercials and stuff like that. So I was excited to be able to do the maternity aspect of that, and then all of a sudden the world shut down, and I haven't been able to do any of it. I'm in California, and I literally, for almost all of 2020 now, have not been able to work within those passions. And so it was just a matter of finding other stuff I'm passionate about, and I wasn't making a paycheck. So it was literally, there were multiple people that like knew what Jason and I were going through that gave us old furniture that I love arts and crafts. So I repurposed a lot of different things and sold them and put all of that into an account, and then used that account to buy baby stuff or whatever else. So it's like, finding your side hustle during this time frame. Something so that you're not just sitting at home upset that, like, you know, I thought I was going to be coaching still. I was excited to coach while pregnant and to have, like, my kids part of things. And, you know, I went to the school to visit just last week, and nobody has seen me since I announced I was pregnant. Nobody has seen me since I even started showing. And now I'm almost 9 months pregnant. So it's like, I mean, kids are confused, which is funny. It's great. But I agree with you that it's like, especially being out in California, I went all of my pregnancy with just Jason, which has been great, even though he can't be part of the hospital side of things, because it's like, how often does a husband get the opportunity to work from home and to be part of every aspect of the good, the bad, like staying up with me at night, holding my hair back, massaging my feet, you know, like, there's so many things that he will never have this opportunity, never have this opportunity again with future kids. And so it's just finding that silver lining and like finding the small victories in little things and just being flexible to go with the flow, realizing that it's not that people don't care, it's that people care so much that they don't want to be around you because they think they're going to pass something off, or they don't want to schedule a baby shower because what if something happens and, you know, it gets canceled, or what if people come and they have COVID, or, you know, so it's like trying to think people care so much that this is why I'm being treated this way, rather than, oh, people just don't care at all. I mean, I kind of, just being out here, Jason and I have been hit with a lot of, oh, well, now that you're pregnant, you're not going to be able to do this, or, oh, well, now that you're having a kid, you know, is this really the best path for you? You know, even as a coach, Jason's been presented with that. And it's like, if you knew the families that we came from, like, my parents worked together at the same school that his parents worked together. And I mean, coaching and teaching and just doing all of this with a kid on your hip, or one in the school and one homeschooled and one in the tummy and one in a sling. Like, I mean, my mother-in-law and our parents, like, they did it all. So it's like when people tell me, you know, I guess more of a West Coast mentality that I've just been hit with from people, it's like, well, if you knew what my family had been through and like what we've done, this is not out of the ordinary. Like, this is normal for us.
Kelly did it with Lane. She coached with Lane. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
No, I totally agree.
Worked since the day one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Literally, like day 7,
Literally.
I think. Not even day 7, like day 5 or something. Paisley was over there with us.
Yeah, right after New Year's.
You couldn't take maternity. Like, there, you know, everybody
there was no leave option for that, and there was nobody that was going to sit there and pay for anything.
Exactly. Like, you went back to work immediately, and like we said earlier, every family's different, and that's what at the time as a mom, like, that's what you had to do for your family. And I think that watching it, I loved being part of that with you. I loved seeing Lane come to the school, all the volleyball games, and it was good.
Everything can be done with kids.
But I definitely agree with, you know, the husbands getting to stay home and be with us during Lane, getting to be with us during these special moments right before having a kid, or at least for us, like our first kid. And so it really allowed us to have that you know, intimate time of having that one-on-one time before bringing a kid into the world, because your dynamic completely changes. And so I like that you touched on that. That was a huge blessing in disguise that we are both kind of sad as ending, but obviously it's a good thing. That means cases are going down in Texas, at least. The fact that Trevor's got a date that he's going back into the office.
If there's anything else that you would like for us to talk about, I know we kind of did just a wide variety and generally touched on a lot of different things. So if there is something that you want us to talk about more specifically, or any questions, comments, or concerns that you have, please feel free to reach out to me. So again, thank you so much. Praying for you guys. Love you. Let us know if there's anything else that you need the Mac sisters to discuss.